So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a beginner's guide to Grounded. With 1.0 on the horizon and a possibility of it coming at the end of this year of 2022, I thought it'd be best to go through some of the best tips that I have, because as you can see, I have a game with 123 days put in to, and another one with 3 days put into. So we're not going to do any of those. I'm going to start a fresh game and give you my best tips and tricks that I can give to you to be able to navigate the backyard.
Hey, nice to meet you. The name's Max. Maxwell Smalls.
So it's entirely up to you, like which character you want to go. No character has like particular traits at all. They're just the player that you will be controlling in the backyard. For difficulty, there are different ones. Obviously, mild is the best one, where you can take enough damage and everything's not that really bad. Medium's kind of the easiest one to go for, as it would be. Obviously, woe is the hardest one. Creative, to be able to just create things however you want to. Creative with bugs, and then custom, you can make your own one. So we're going to stick with mild for now. We'll go max and we'll just start. Name playthrough, we'll go YouTube.
What? Damn. Where am I? Are those roots? Nah, can't be. Oh, this must be one of those prank TV shows. Alright, be cool, Max. You're gonna be famous.
So as you first come out from the beginning of the game, my biggest tip first is pick up everything that's small first. The smallest things you want to pick up. You want to pick up these little sprigs that are on the ground. You want to pick up some pebbles as well. You want to pick up sap as well.
Where it's coming from?
Pick up everything that you can. There are some mushrooms as well. Now these are good for food, and that's very important. So we'll pick these up for now. Pick up everything you can. That's going to be nutrition, and you're going to need them for later on to be able to build specific things. Pick up plant fibers as well, which are going to be used. As you can see, I keep discovering different individual parts. And we're going to make our way forward towards this little science center first. So a little field station right here. And inside these field stations, you'll be able to research individual items that you find, analyze them, and it unlocks more things to be able to create further down the road.
Well, someone had to have set up all this sciencey stuff here. But still, I'm not exactly sure where this is and what is going on. I should keep looking around.
What we've got so far, we've got sprig, we've got sap, we've got mushrooms, we've got plant fiber, we got pebbles. So this is where you're going to be analyzing everything from start to finish. So you only get 3 charges, and they charge throughout the day progressively. You have the time as well to top right. So you've got different areas to be able to, areas of time, and there's more field stations as well around the entire map. So we're going to start with the sprig first. And as you can see, you get raw science, and you also get all your new recipes. This can be very overwhelming, getting all this much stuff, but I'm going to go in depth into each part to make it a lot easier further down the line. Raw science is used later. I will explain what that's used for. And the recipes, of course, we're going to go through all of them as well. Brain power. Every time you analyze something, you get brain power. With brain power, it allows you to unlock different levels, to unlock different sort of armor and weapons. Further down the line, as you can see, each one goes up in tiers. As you can see, these are all tier 2, and you have then tier 1 at the beginning. But like I said, we'll get into raw science later down the line. Get that out of the way. And we'll do the plant fiber then. Crude rope, fiber bandages, and plants slurry. So as you can see now on the right side, the next charge isn't at 852, but that's only one charge. So it's going to be at 832 is what we're at right now. So we're going to continue on. We're going to keep moving for now. In field stations, you'll have granola bars. Pick them up. They're also used for food as well. So we'll just move on. You're going to come up to this device first. If you want to continue down the main quest, you can do that. So we're going to do this main quest area first, so it gives you the basic understanding of the game itself and allows you to be able to explore. So we're going to push that.
Just like laser tag. Nothing happened. Looks like the other two lasers are blocked. After all that build-up, this big mysterious computer doesn't do anything. Man.
Okay, so to activate this, we need to allow these laser beams to come down and hit the middle one, just like this one here. It's uninterrupted. The first laser beam you're going to want to fix is this one here. This little plant is blocking our way, and we need to be able to take care of that. So we need to be able to chop it down. So to be able to craft things, you go into the craft menu. And this is where you'll have different tiers. So these are your material resources. These are your tools, consumables like health and food. Storage, decor, just to like decorate your house, and these are the natural resources. Everything that you gather, everything that you pick up is all going to go into this section here. So what we're going to need to be able to break that piece of grass down is an axe. So this is really unfortunate, we don't actually have the recipe. So you have a pebble, bring it back to the research station that we were just at, scan the pebble, and that'll give us the pebble resources.
Science.
There we go. The pebble spear and the pebble axe. And we leveled up our brain power. And now we've unlocked all of these. Some we already know, and some we're after getting. Okay, so with that now, we're going to want to craft the axe. So we're going to need 3 sprigs, 2 pebbles, and a crude rope. To get crude rope, you need plant fiber, which we picked up earlier. So crude rope, craft, done. You need 3 plant fiber to make 1 crude rope. Later on, we're going to get a spinning wheel, and the spinning wheel allows us to use 1 plant fiber for 1 crude rope. It just takes a little longer, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So we have our crude rope. Next, we need just 1 more sprig. Sprigs are everywhere. They're incredibly easy to find. There we go. Pebble Axe Craft. And that should go automatically into your toolbar or straight into your inventory. So as you can see, it's down here at the bottom of my screen. So this is blocking our way right now. So we're going to just chop down this grass. There she goes. This is an ant.
Whoa, look at the size of that ant. Honestly, I'm just glad it's not big enough to squish me.
So now we got that charge done in there. The next one is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to be going into a cave. And when you go into this cave, you're going to be attacked by lawn mites. And these are one of the very few small hostile enemies that are going to be in the game. So you've got normal ants that are going around. They will 9 times out of 10 come up to you. They won't attack you. They're completely neutral. So before we go in to take on these mites, we're going to have a little bit of an issue because we need to be able to make a spear. So we want plant fibers and 2 sprigs. There we go. We have our spear. But we're going to be going into a cave. So we're going to need a light. We're going to need a light source. We're going to need a torch. So dry grass chunks. That's a new one that we're going to need. So this right here is dry grass. Out of the way, ant. Dry grass. So there are different variations of grass. So we have normal grass here that just drops grass planks. Then we have the dry grass, which obviously drops dry grass chunks. And then we have the dandelions. which will drop weed stems. Weed stems are usually mostly made for building. We're going to be building a house and stuff. But right now we're just going to focus on activating the main area and then moving forward from there. We'll need a torch. That's what I said, torch. We need 2 sprigs. I think I have enough plant fiber. Sprig. That's a sprig here. Oh. Okay. 2 crude rope. I'm missing a dry grass chunk. Okay, so now that we've gotten ourselves a torch, you can use a torch in one hand and use like a weapon like your axe or your spear in your second hand. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to head towards the laser. Just keep an eye on where it is in the horizon, just follow it. You'll see a black wire then coming out of it, and you're going to want to follow that. So as you can see, these guys are lawn mites, and these lawn mites are eating at the wire, and we need to take care of that. So we're going to take care of them. As you can see, not too tough. You might want to pick up their bits. They'll drop mite fuzz. Oh my god. Mite fuzz can be used later down the line. We can analyze it and figure out what it's used for. Some are tougher than others. It's so weird. Okay. Now we're going to go down the cave. As you can see, this is why we needed the torch. Because it is dark down here. Alright. That is that done. So now, you can also grab other things as well. If you get yourself a hammer, you'll be able to get these quartz, which open up into a different area in there to get more quartz. Quartz are used further down the line, just like everything else. Some stuff is for late game stuff, others for early game stuff. But we're focusing on the main objective right now, and then we're going to divert to other sources, like being able to manage your inventory, take on bigger, badder enemies. Your torch does run out, just FYI, don't keep it out for too long. Later down the line there are other types of torches that last a lot longer, and there's one that even lasts forever. That was just added. Okay, so we've made it back here, and as you can see, all of the lasers are now powering the middle area, and we are going to activate.
Something that sounded like a big far-off explosion.
Okay, so now that we've completed this area here, it gives us access, well, not necessarily access, we already had full access, to head down towards the oak tree to be able to meet our good friend Burgle. Thank God I picked up these mushrooms that can help with food. So a little issue that you're going to have right at the beginning is water. Water is obviously necessary. It's very important to have water. The problem is the only water that you have access to right now is dirty water, which is poisonous. So to deal with that, on particular drops of grass, there are dew drops, and those little dew drops are fresh water. There's also juice boxes as well scattered around that drop little spouts of drinks, which you can pick up, as you can see. There we go. And that does both food and water. Later down the line, we're going to get a canteen, which is going to allow us to carry water with us. So Looking forward to that. There's a little ladybird,
coming through.
as you can see. We also got weevils, which are also used for food as well, alongside the aphids that we seen right at the beginning.
Speedy
Those
little
little guys.
green corn puff.
Those guys are aphids. Also as well, these guys crawling under here are grubs. So we're going to be taking care of all of these creatures later down the line. But right now we're going to meet our very important friend Burgle, who lives in the oak tree. Now, this is a very important thing to know. The oak tree houses one of the most powerful enemies as well. So we're going to show you first where this enemy lives. So when you come up to beside this light here and over these leaves, you see a little hole. In the hole in the tree there lives a wolf spider. Now, there's a possibility of it being 2 wolf spiders. Now, 1 wolf spider is extremely dangerous. And if you are arachnophobic and you do not like spiders, this game is not for you. But if you do go into the options, there is a Arachnophobia Safe mode, which allows you to change how the spider looks. I'm not going to show that in case there are people watching that don't like spiders. So instead, I will not show it. But there is where the option is, should you want to change the option yourself. If I do encounter the wolf spider, just know you have been warned. They are terrifying looking. They are the embodiment of fear of spiders. So I'm going to show you one now, just to get it out of the way. I'm going to look at him from a distance so you can see him. So as you can see right in there, there are 2. There are 2 wolf spiders in there right now. Okay, that'll do. So as you can see, what I did there was peeping, which was only recently added in the Bug Strike Back expansion that they put in, where you can scan creatures and unlock creature cards, which then shows you the weaknesses of each creature and allows you to see their weaknesses and what they're resistant to. So we're going to go straight into Burgle here. We're going to come down these steps and all the way around. This door is locked. It'll become a shortcut later down the line.
Getting pinker by the minute. Man.
We've got an analyze here. We're going to analyze the dry grass just really quickly. Stem pallet, plank pallet, they're come in handy later down the line for storing different materials that we're going to need. And we're going to use the Might Fuzz. And as you can see, you can get more through that. So we're going to continue on. We're going to open this door. This is the Oak Lab. As you can see, there's a couple of things here. It has materials. There's usually like an assortment of food as well, scattered around different individual areas. There are labs surrounding the backyard. They are everywhere. This is our friend Burgle. We're going to help him. Come on, Burgle. Up you get.
Thanks for the helping hand. I am Burgle, acting science manager for this project. I am also a robot.
Okay, so there might have been a bit of an issue recently with the most recent update, at least of my recording right now. That's Burgle doesn't talk at certain points. The dialogue just kind of dips away. But Burgle, basically, he is your go-to guy in terms of using the raw science that we got earlier to be able to upgrade ourselves and spend as a currency to be able to get more materials, more different recipes, to be able to upgrade ourselves with armor, better weapons, and be able to upgrade a house. So it used to be the case where you could talk directly to Burgle and talk to him to give data cards, which we're going to see further down the line, and be able to get bounties off of him. But since the most recent update in the Bug Strike Back DLC, they've now changed Burgle so that he's more of a story guy. He's more of a story arc. You'll be talking to him a lot more when it comes to the main quest. But in terms of getting bounties and dealing with raw science, you need to go to the nearby terminals nearby. We're going to figure everything out. So these things right here, this is your raw science. Okay, so what I've done there is activated the computer, and this is where you're going to spend your raw science that you got in the science shop, and you can get quests off of Burgle directly. We'll look and see what we have right now. So as you can see, we can make different bases. So we'll have a multi-story base, pebble foundation, fortified bases. You'll be able to get totally different things here off of the science shop. You'll also get mutations, and mutations allow you to upgrade yourself. But I'll probably have a separate video on mutations and the best ones to use further down the line. So right now we have 880 raw science, and I think we're going to save them for now. And in here we can see these are the quests that Burgle is going to give you, and each one is worth different raw science depending on how treacherous the quest is.
Should probably find somewhere to crash.
Depending on how treacherous the adventure is you're going to go on, that's where that's how much it's going to be worth. It's going to be worth a lot more. As you can see as well, there's one that's completely blanked here, completely empty. That is going to be something that I'll explain later down the line. It is for it's milk molars, but we'll get into that. As you can see, just press the green button there, and now we're back to where we were, back at the beginning. The first quest that you're given off of Burgle is to head straight to the hedge lab. Now, this is not necessary. You do not need to go to the hedge lab, and I recommend that you get yourself ready first for the hedge lab. Set yourself up with a base. Well, go into base building in the next video, but right now it's going to start to get dark. It is 16:46. It's going to start to get dark very soon, so we'll want to build ourselves a bed. So go into storage and utilities, and you want a lean-to. Lean-tos are just a basic bed. Later down the line, you can actually make yourself a full bed. Workbenches are used to make the bigger stuff. There are certain things that you can make in the game by hand. Other things need to be done in a workbench. But so for right now, we're going to build ourselves a lean-to. We'll get clover leaves and sprigs. As you can see, clover leaves are exactly as they say. They are clover. And we'll need sprigs as well. Oh, perfect. You'll have a lot of map markers as well. As you can see, mutation detected, natural explorer. We're going to go into mutations in a different video. There are different landmarks that are going to be in the surrounding area. So if we go onto our map, as you can see, I've discovered nothing really, but the backyard itself is massive. It is huge. So what we have here is the oak lab. That's where Burgle is. This is where we are, and this is where we started, right here at the baseball. This is where we started. We made our way all the way up here. So you'll probably want to set up shop somewhere near Burgle, maybe midway between where you started and Burgle. Just create a normal smallish house. But you'll need to buy the things off Burgle first to be able to do that. But again, we'll do that in a separate video. We're gonna create our lean-to right here. So we're gonna go into our build mode. If you're on console, I'm not certain what button it is, but for mouse and keyboard, it's B for build. So lean-to, we need an invalid surface. This is invalid, so we can't build it on the machine. So we're gonna build it on the ground. We'll find like a smooth surface. Build it. Well, we'll build it here. Sure, why not? There we go. So we'll need the parts, which we have, and super build builds the entire thing. So we're gonna set respawn. There we go. So as you can see, it's marked with a little icon. This is our respawn. This is where we're going to come back to when we die. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to continue covering a lot of ground. There's going to be a lot of videos containing stuff because a lot of this game is in very great detail. I'm super excited to share all the knowledge that I have from all the days that I have spent playing this game for so long. So in the next video, we are going to be covering combat and how to deal with each individual enemy type, because there are different variations. We're going to be going into different layers and dealing with different creatures. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around for part 2, and thank you guys so much. And if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.